I want to tell you the story about the best headphones I've ever used and why I never made a video about them. Now I know what you guys are thinking. What the hell, Mitchell? You review tech, you review products, you review apps. You find stuff you like, you make a video about it, you share it with us. But in order to understand why I never made a video about these headphones, you have to understand how I got them. I have hundreds of videos on YouTube. In fact, now I have more than 700 YouTube videos. Companies look through the videos I have, they see the number of subscribers that I have, and then they make the decision about whether or not sending me a pair of headphones to review is worth their time and money. And this isn't a linear thing. When I had 10,000 subscribers, I would have 1 or maybe 2 products sent to me a year. When I was doing tons of videos about headphones, I would have 3, 4, 5 pairs of headphones sent to me a year. And recently, because I've been talking about more Android stuff, headphone companies have been less likely to send me products. But that doesn't change the fact that when I get a pair of headphones, I try to give you guys the most honest review. And if they're a pair of overhyped headphones from a bigger brand like Xiaomi, I try to cut through that hype and give you guys what I feel like is the most honest user experience. Now, I don't get only good headphones. I get headphones that are crap, and I get headphones that sometimes are amazing, like the Pamu Quiet, which I reviewed up here. And those are headphones that I used for 8 months. And I talked about how I use those headphones. And you guys would ask me about what headphones I was wearing when I go out on the street and I'm walking around and I'm making videos on the go. And for the longest period of time now, I've been using the Pamu Quiet, the original ones in black that I've used so much that the finish of the case has worn off. But let's go back a second and talk about some of the bad products I receive. Because more often than not, if a company sends me a bad product or a product I don't like, maybe I'll do an initial impressions video on it. Maybe I'll do a video telling you guys about some of the features it has. But generally, I don't like to take a promotional product I get and absolutely shit on it and tell you about all of the problems or how bad it is, just because that's going to hurt my relationship with manufacturers in the future that want me to test or review stuff. And unless there's a product that has a lot of hype, I don't like to necessarily make negative videos about a specific product, especially if it's from a newer or smaller company. Now, if I do get a product and I am experiencing issues with it, more often than not, I'll reach out to the manufacturer. But before I do that, I will search online. I will try to contact other users to figure out why I am personally having this experience. Because more often than not, if I have to have a replacement product sent to me, it means that I have to pay taxes and tariffs to get it into Vietnam. And more often than not, I'm not going to generate that revenue either in affiliate sales or even on YouTube ad revenue. So why do it? And that was my predicament with these headphones. The difference between these headphones and something like the Redmi Band is I kept on using these headphones because they were this good. And their active noise cancellation was absolutely fantastic. Now, I like to take a lot of walks out here in Hanoi simply because, especially if it's during rush hour, if I want to go grab a bite to eat, it's faster for me to just walk there. But if the headphones are a closed off in-ear style, oftentimes I'll get like an earplug feeling in my ear. And it's not always the most comfortable, but usually those headphones do the best job at blocking outside noise. Before that, I used the Pamu Quiet, which were the active noise canceling headphones, and using active noise canceling headphones out here on the street totally changed the way I listen to music, because now I didn't have to turn the volume up to like block it outside noise. And if I had to meet someone and speak Vietnamese to them, I could leave the headphones in my ear because the ambient mode of those headphones made the ability for me to communicate possible now. Now, a couple days ago, I was out walking outside in the park, and I was using these active noise canceling headphones. And I have had the pamu app on my phone for a while, and I try to check the app whenever I'm using the pamu headphones that I have to see if there's an update to the firmware for the headphones, because oftentimes that can fix bugs, that can increase the audio performance of a pair of truly wireless headphones. And if you guys have a pair of truly wireless headphones that support an app, I would suggest you try and update them. And then I came across like some weird settings in the pamu app for this model of headphone that I had been using that had been really buggy. And it's not a setting or an option that I had seen on the other pair of active noise canceling headphones I had gotten from them. It was this other settings tab. Sitting there on the park bench, I'm kind of confused. Other settings. Okay, I open it up, and now I have two options, and both of those options immediately show me that they're connected to the headphones, and the headphones have these options enabled by default. The first one is original sound, and there's no explanation for this in the app. There's really no explanation for it whatsoever. And then the other one is game mode. Now I knew these headphones had a game mode because it's something that was advertised on them and part of like the material that you're given in the press kit for these headphones. And because these headphones are AAC, some type of game mode would be needed to reduce the latency time so that you get better gaming performance in these. But I had no idea how to toggle this game mode, and all that the options in the user manual gave you to toggle was your ambient sound and then use voice assistant. But there was nothing to toggle game mode on. So not really thinking anything much of it. Again, I'm sitting out here in the park, taking a walk, taking a little break. I turn game mode off and I go out on my walk. And I haven't had a drop, I haven't had a playback interruption, I haven't encountered a single issue with these headphones from that day. Apparently, all of the bugginess and all of the lag and all of the issues I'd had with these headphones were coming from their game mode. And now that that had been disabled, my experience with these was perfect. And that's why you guys can expect a video review of the pamu Quiet Mini coming up here in the next week, because these headphones were so good that I continued to use them even when I had a lot of flaws and even when I had some poor user experience, because the sound quality of them is good, the battery life is better than the previous generation, and on top of that, the active noise cancellation is fucking amazing. Now it's time to save some bills. Now, talking about applications and getting stuff to work well, if you're living in a country like I am, Vietnam, which is a socialist communist country, your internet here isn't the freest place. Your Netflix selection of movies isn't the most open, free of things. You're often on public Wi-Fi. If I'm trying to do banking, all of these little times in my life when Surfshark VPN is helpful makes me absolutely grateful to have them as a channel sponsor. Because for a lot of my audience, you guys also live in a place that doesn't have the most free and open internet, or you live in a country where the fastest Wi-Fi you might have access to is in a public place. And if you're trying to do online banking, trading cryptocurrency, or even just watching Netflix or using Instagram story songs on your Instagram stories, that might not be available in your country. And Surfshark VPN fixes all that for a little more than $2 a month. And I'll have a link to them in the description down below. If you guys want to go ahead and buy the pamu Quiet headphones, all of an affiliate link to where you can buy those in the description down below. And if you guys want to see the full review of these coming up, better late than never, hit the subscribe button. Peace.